I got you. You can understand almost 90% of the English whenever you are reading. But whenever it comes to speaking, what happens? You cannot even produce at least 20% out of it. Is this what happens to you? Then just relax, because you're not the only one who is facing this problem. Everybody faces this problem, whoever learning a language, not only English, any language. And if you ask me, did you also face this problem? Of course, yeah. I also faced this when I was learning this language and when I was taking baby steps. I'm not a person who is from Mars or any another planet, right? So I also had gone through this phase. And the thing is that here, how I overcome this problem and how I just tried the techniques or the methods, how I implemented them in order to get rid of this problem. So this is what the main question is now. If we look at the reasons and if we look at the solutions for this problem, we will get to know how to sort this out. So without wasting your precious time, let's jump into the main video. So the number one reason is lack of practice. I know that you might be all saying, I have been practicing this language for years or for months or for weeks or for days. I'm not talking about months or weeks. I'm just talking about how much time you are spending or how much time you are allotting to just speak your heart out in this language. You have to be eloquent when you are learning this language because it is not our native language, right? So as a result, what happens whenever we are trying to talk in this language, we don't get words. That is natural. We don't get words and we don't get vocabulary words. We don't know how to frame sentences and we don't know what are the grammar points that should be involved in that particular situation. It is completely fine, but the thing is that you should practice. Yes, you should practice. You might be all saying, I'm practicing, but not in the sense watching videos, reading something in English. Of course, you have to watch, you have to do all these things. But the more you speak, the better you become at this language. You have to speak out. That is the only mantra we have in our hands. Without speaking, we cannot improve English. Arey yaar, our goal is to become fluent in English, right? We do not want to master any grammar rules. We do not want to master any vocabulary words or anything like phrasal verbs or idioms. You do not want to become a teacher, right? So why are you just running after these things? Like I should get a grip on grammar point and I should get a grip on vocabulary words. I should learn all these things. Then I directly jump into speaking. It is not the correct strategy. You have to realize that you should start speaking from right now. I know that, yeah, you do not have a partner. Then please listen to me one thing. Just try to be enough crazy. That means you are there for yourself. So what are you waiting for and what are you looking for, yaar? Just try to talk to yourself. I may sound crazy and ridiculous, but it is okay. You have yourself. You have your back. So just pat on your shoulder. Yes, I'm there for myself. I'm going to practice with myself from today on. You might be wondering who would be just correcting my mistakes if I just talk to myself. There is no need to worry about mistake at first itself. You will automatically get to know about your mistakes. Why there is a so rush about your mistakes? First, at least try to speak. Try to just put your thoughts in the form of sentences. Then we can think about those mistakes. Initially, we should not give a fig about those mistakes. That is what I'm trying to say. So you do not think more about mistakes and what others think if I make mistakes. So that is why I am telling you here, you do not even have a partner. You do not even have to have a partner. Just try to talk to yourself. Remember one thing, you have to move heaven and earth to get what you want in your life. Nothing comes for free. Nothing will come for free. You have to put a lot of hard work and you have to be patient until you get the desired results. So this is what I'm trying to say. And we know it very well that you are literally getting difficult and finding it very difficult to get a partner. But getting a partner is not all about this English language. You can also learn on your own. This is what I also did literally. I'm not saying I completely learned by just talking to myself. I'm not gonna lie. Of course you won't believe it if I say so. So what I'm saying here is, I used to talk to myself for a period of time, but after that I got some partners, that means English partners, to just exchange the conversation and to just speak in this language every now and then. But once you start talking to yourself, you do not need anyone else, because we don't know their timings, and above all, we get uncomfortable whenever we are thinking that we are going to talk with someone else. But when you just think that you are going to speak to yourself, you will become very free. That all weight on your shoulders will come down. You do not feel any hesitation and you do not have any butterflies in your stomach. So start speaking to yourself first, and after passing 1 month or 2 months, you will get a good change in the way you speak literally. Trust me guys, just trust me, and you will definitely get a beautiful results. I'm not saying that you are going to become fluent in this language, but the thing is, here you are going to get rid of this problem that you are not able to speak when you are understanding this language. Here you can speak this language without any hesitance. That is what I'm saying. We cannot square a circle. That means we cannot turn a square into a circle. But what we all know is, with hard work and with our determination, we can get what we want in our lives. And this is the formula that we are going to apply here as well. You just be strong against all these storms. Just stand strong and start practicing. Do not just talk that you do not have partner, I will be waiting until I get partner, then I start practicing. You do not be like that. Just take these things out of your mind and start talking to yourself. At least you become more comfortable to yourself while you are communicating with yourself. So please start speaking and start practicing. Practicing is not about watching videos or reading something. Those are other activities. Okay, so please start speaking from now onwards. If we talk about the factor number 2, or you can say reason number 2, it is lack of vocabulary. After talking to yourself, you will be getting a command on talking in English. That does not mean you will become fluent. That does not mean you will become a flawless speaker. But the thing is, here you will be able to at least express yourself without any hesitation. That is what our aim here. So that is done. Now when we come to the reason number 2, it is about lack of vocabulary. Here we need to build our vocabulary and we need to enhance or enrich our vocabulary palette. You need to just add word by word every single day into your mind. You have to inject those words into your mind every day. Actually, when I was a beginner, I used to do one thing, that is learning English vocabulary every day. You do not believe me if I say that I used to learn vocabulary words every day. Yes, believe me. I used to have a friend in one of my closest groups, like friends groups. He just used to send me words every single day. He used to teach me in our group discussion. So this is how I used to learn. Vocabulary words, at least one vocabulary word. So I'm always thankful for him and grateful for him. Because of him, I'm just able to at least implement those advanced or whatever the classy vocabulary words whenever I'm talking now. So this is how you should also do. I'm not saying you should go and get a partner and learn something from him or her. No, it is not like that. You can also learn. There are so many ways to learn vocabulary. You just use your mobile phone. All we need is access to your mobile phone. No one is going to believe that you do not have access to the internet. Do not say that. Okay? And here what you have to do is you just try to you don't need to actually like install any other application, but what we have to do is here you directly go to Google. If you just type simply like teach me or give me some simple vocabulary words, then you will get a bunch of words, not only 10, 20. You get hundreds and thousands of words. So what you guys are waiting for, just go to the Google and open the door to learn this language in an exciting way. This is what I used to do and I used to follow. And whenever you are observing any new word, whenever you are encountering or whenever you come across any new word that sounds different to you, that sounds odd to you, you just do one thing: take it down on a piece of paper, or if it is very good if you can maintain a separate book for vocabulary. If you guys want me to show, this is my vocabulary book. It is not like a full yet. I need to complete my book. So this is where I just note down every vocabulary word that I come across whenever I watch videos or whenever I read something new in English. So this is what I do. I just take down in my book and then I write around 4 to 5 example sentences, because I can't understand the usage of that word. We may be able to understand the meaning of the vocabulary word at first, but after that, after passing 2 or 3 days, we won't be able to make it, or we won't be able to inject that word in a sentence. So make sure you are noticing, like you are writing around 4 to 5 example sentences. Then only we will get to know the usage of that vocabulary word completely. So this is what you have to do. Once you have enough words, that means vocabulary words in your mind, then you do not have to juggle through the words when you are having a conversation with someone. We usually face this problem that when you are talking or when we are speaking with someone, we just think that what vocabulary should we use here. It would be on the tip of our tongue, but we won't be able to speak it out, or we won't be able to use it in the conversation. If you want to use it in the conversation, then you have to just repeat it many times, repeat, and try to just create sentences on your own. This is the best way to remember vocabulary words. It worked for me really well and just like a magic pill. You don't believe me if I say so, but please try it on your own, then see the result, guys, and you will believe. You don't believe the result, actually. You don't believe your own eyes, because that is how the results gonna be. So please start expanding your vocabulary and start using it and start making sentences on your own once you got to know the usage of that particular vocabulary word. So this is what all you have to do in the tip number 2, in the tip number 2. Yes, if we talk about the reason number 3, that is about thinking in your native language. Of course, it is a common problem, and it is common for every one of us to just think in native language whenever we are trying to learn language, other language or any foreign language, because we don't know this language. Even though we know this language since our childhood, we don't know how to speak this. So that is what our problem is now, right? That is what we are discussing now. We can understand 100%, 100 out of 100 we can understand, but when it comes to speaking, we can't, because we are exposing ourselves to this language every single day. But at least are we putting at least 1% of effort to speak in this language? No, we don't, because we just think what others think. When I start speaking in this language, they pull my leg, they start mocking me, they start ridiculing me. So this is what we think. We just stop ourselves from speaking this language just for the sake of others. What others think, what others say, what if they judge me like this. So this is how we stop, we hinder our growth with our own hands. This is what happens. So please do not do the same mistake. Do not commit this mistake. And please stop thinking in your native language. At first, it is quite common. It is pretty common. I am not saying that you are doing a crime or you are committing a crime by translating your language into English. You are allowed, but after crossing some phase, or after at some point of time you should stop it. I also used to search hundreds and hundred times in Google. I used to just type that particular sentence, whatever I want to know in my native language, to get that particular sentence in English. I used to translate literally, and after that I used to note it down in a book, and after I used to just practice it and mug it up. And whenever even if I don't get the situation, I used to make a situation to just use that particular sentence. So this is what I used to do. It literally sounds crazy, guys. So please, you do not do this, because this is not the right way to improve your English or to enrich your English. This is not the correct way. That is why I'm telling you, do not translate with the help of Google. You directly speak out. You directly speak whatever the rubbish that comes out of your mouth. It is okay. Nobody is gonna judge you. Even if they judge, we are not gonna give any ear to them. We are not the only one who makes mistakes. Even native speakers also make mistakes. Everybody knows it. So what is the point of just thinking about those mistakes and just getting stuck in the middle of this, like translating between native language to English to native language or local language? It is not the correct process to follow. So please stop translating. Translating is directly proportional to this thinking in English, like thinking in your native language. So try to think in English. Stop thinking in your local language. What is the solution to this? Actually, so many subscribers or so many learners ask me how to stop translating in our mind. What is the solution to this problem? There is only one thing that can help you to stop translating, that is thinking in English. How to start it? Yeah, you have to just think in English. Whatever you are seeing around you, whatever you are observing, whatever you are watching around you, just try to think in English. That I'm looking at a cooler now, so just try to make a sentence out of it. With the help of the cooler, we get cool air, and whenever it gets sweltering, we just turn on that cooler and we get cool air, and in that cool air we feel like sleeping for hours and hours. So this is how simply you can make a little sentences. That is what we all need. We don't need any fancy vocabulary word at first. We just need simple sentences and simple words. That is it. Actually, you don't need to impress others when you are talking in this language. Just talk the way you are talking, the way you can talk. Nobody is gonna judge you. Feel free to learn in this way, and please try to follow these things, guys, and please try to avoid the mistakes you are doing and follow the methods that whatever and whichever gonna help you overcome this problem. So this is what all I wanted to say. And one thing is, nobody is adroit at everything. Nobody is born talented, right? That is developed through hard work and determination and practice only. So don't think that they are very talented, they have so many skills, that is why they can learn it very quickly. I'm not that good, I'm not adroit at this or that. Do not compare yourself with anyone. Do not compare apples to oranges. Compare apples to apples. Okay, so this is what you have to do. And always try to keep your chin up, because you are doing great in your lives. If you are watching this video, that means you are trying to develop in your life. You are trying to flourish yourself in your life. That is what you are doing. So it is great. Instead of rolling Instagram reels, or instead of wasting time, you are coming here to watch this video. That means you are thinking about your future, you are thinking to improve skill or whatever the talent you have. So please just do not demean yourselves. You are also great, and you are not less than anyone. I trust you all. Keep on learning and keep on flourishing and keep on enjoying yourselves. Okay, bye bye.